Well, hello everyone. Can you hear me all right? Hey, crypto hands. All right, we'll give it another minute or two. Be sure to answer my silly poll question in the chat. I had a hard time answering it myself. I'm in Texas. Ooh. People asking in the Reddit chat. Let me post the link there. Yes, I do have the Southern drawl. Hey, Dooley. Well, my wife does not understand crypto, but she doesn't care as long as she gets to buy what she wants to buy too. Yep. Hey, Kels. Yeah, it took some willpower. I did scratch off some Series 2 in other series I had. I just held on to the Series 1s for fun. Saved the best for last. I think we maxed out at about 30 people watching live last week. Last week I scratched off 14 space redemptions to test out everything. All right, I'll get started. So I'm going to scratch off 51 Series 1 redemption cards today, and one Series 5 I'll start with that I happened to pull from a box this past week. And hold on. Every once in a while, I'll cut to my spreadsheet where I'm going to keep track of these. These are updated about 10 minutes ago to the latest values. We'll see. I'm really interested in the percentage of 0.01 Bitcoins because they seem to be a lot more common. I think they seem to be almost half, but I bet they'll end up being less. And so probably about every 10 cards or so, I'll try to remember to cut back to this. And when I did this last week, Bitcoin was in the mid 91,000 range, and it dipped during the week, and now we're just back to almost the same price it was last Sunday afternoon. Please break an S1 case. Oh. Yes, season 1 master case vet prices could go up or down after this stream. We'll see. All right, I'll peel the series 1 first. I mean series 5. Now there. Oh yeah, I did have 6 summer redemptions, which I had planned to put on this stream, but then of course the one Bitcoin was pulled, so I just took him out of this show entirely. Get that to focus good. Don't need the coin for this one. All right. Had some practice after last week. Oh, is that a Litecoin? That is a 1 Litecoin. Not surprising. Yes, Tamper Data 1. Someone pulled 1 Bitcoin just like 2 weeks ago from the summer packs. And they didn't do it live, but they filmed it on video and posted the video of them scratching it off. Okay. So we'll start on these. And like last week, for the most part, I did make a note on, I'll explain that later. That's scratch. I did make a note on where I got each of these from. So if I hit a big one, I just for fun know who it came from. They may or may not want to know. Like that's Geek Fuel, GF, for example. And as I said in the initial announcement, 1 card I think was restickered, and that's this one. So we'll do it first. And here's my theory, which I can't prove, about the restickering. This one is different than all the other 50 I have. That all have one thing in common, and that this one doesn't, and that's that this one doesn't have a print line, horizontal line going across the sticker. All the other 50 of these do, and I don't know if it's going to show up in the live stream or not. It's a very tiny line that goes across. And the reason for that is I think that the stickers changed a little, and their newer stickers don't have that print line, because Space and Summer 25, I've seen it both ways, where some have the print line, some don't. But all 50 of these in this box have a print line going across it. And any other series 2, 3, or 4 that I've ever scratched had a print line, but this one doesn't. And neither do some Summer and Summer 2025 and Space redemptions, which makes me think that, they changed the way they do the stickers. So newer stickers don't have it. And so I'm thinking someone bought a newer roll of stickers and stickered this. And if you look on eBay and even the completed listings, look at all of them and see which ones have that print line and which ones don't. And you might see some patterns on who's selling which type. And this was the last one I bought individually on eBay before I found out about all this. So I'm going to scratch it off, and I'm going to assume it's one of the 2 lowest values. And, I can't prove anything, but that's what I think. And it's also possible, and of course, this doesn't apply to Series 5 because in Series 5, they use new tamper evidence stickers with their logo on them, which you can't buy off the internet. So this doesn't apply to Series 5, but Series 1 through 4, if it doesn't have a print line, I suspect is restickered. But it's also possible that someone bought an old roll of stickers that do have the lines. So if it has a line, it doesn't mean it wasn't restickered. But if it doesn't have that line, and it's Series 1 through 4, I suspect it does. So here we go. There is a big gap there. Yep, one Litecoin. So that's about what I expected from that one. Put that over here. All right, this is my other problem child. This is the last of my problem children. This one I think was just an accident because I think I pulled it out of a master case this way. Already scratched, maybe some accident in the factory, I don't know. This one came from Geek Fuel, which just shows you how long I've been keeping these because this was back when Geek Fuel was still selling Series 1 master cases. And you can see a 0 dot. I don't know if the dot shows up on the live stream, but it has a decimal point, which means it's either one of the lower Bitcoin values or it's 0.1 Ethereum. So instead of scratching right to left, I'll start at the decimal point. 0.01. All right, I'll take it. All right, so now we got 49 virgin unrestickered cards left. Everything else should be good. And these are in no particular order. So we'll see. Wide margin there. TC. And it's one Litecoin. Okay. I'll be updating my spreadsheet in between them as we go. Number 4. Bitcoin. 001. It's not focusing very well all the time. Let's see here. There, that's good. .01. All right. Number 6. BTC. 001. All right, I just want to say 5 cards in, and I've already surpassed the value of my 14 space cards I had last week. Not too surprising. Number 7, I think. Yep. Big margin there. Litecoin. Number 8. Ethereum. 0.1. Sorry if this thing isn't staying focused. It did better last week. That's one we didn't have. Ethereum and Doge are a lot harder to pull, even if they aren't the most valuable versions. For some reason, they are a lot rarer. Number 9. Bitcoin. 0.01. Number 10. BTC. And back-to-back 0.01. Yep. Yeah, it's early, but that's 40% 0.01 so far. And a lot of Litecoin. Number 11. Litecoin. BTC 001. $13. And another Litecoin. Yeah, it's all the same as one BTC except for one letter. $14, I think. Like that. BTC. 0.01. $15. Litecoin. $16. Yeah, Litecoin is of course, the lowest value, the easiest one for them to give out, and I'm sure Charlie Lee, being a fan, also has something to do with that. BTC 0.01. True, they did 10 Litecoins for their holiday releases, but that's it. $17, I think. Litecoin. 18. Another Litecoin. $19. $0.01. $20. $0.001. All right, let me double check my spreadsheet here. We're at 20. All right. After 20, we're at 40% Litecoin, 35% 0.01s. And we've only seen, out of 20, we've only seen one card that wasn't Bitcoin or Litecoin. $21. Use a 0.01. $22. 8. Ennis, I have 8 of them. Yeah. ETH. 0.1. Second one of those. They were more prevalent back then. The value was lower back when they released Series 1. And, they were trying to launch the series. So, Series 1 is loaded with 0.01s, which are currently worth about $91 or $910. Back in October, they were worth $1,200. 0.01. Yep. Number 24. Margin, yeah, 001. For those of you who don't know, if you're scratching it off and the right margin is narrow, that probably means it's 0.001. And I only have 5 of those 0.001s compared to 9 0.01s. $25, about halfway through. .01. $26. Litecoin. The overall cost, well, that's hard to say, and I probably wouldn't want to say anyway, but I mean, I was buying these, some of these came back when you can get them for like 400 or under, all the way up to 1,000. And then some I got in master cases, and how much of the cost do you allocate to the redemption card? So I don't know is the answer. That was Litecoin. $27. .01. New coin. I do have another coin which I think scratches better. We're in 27, a little over halfway through. I have a foreign coin which has a good edge that I liked. It seemed to scratch it pretty easy. But I'm going to keep using Bitcoin for now. 28. Have a little water here. Ethereum, 0.1. Third one of those. 29. $0.001. The suspected restickered was one Litecoin, as I thought. No 0.1s yet. Number 30, I think. Litecoin. Updating my spreadsheet since we're at 30. In. Well, now the 0.01s have pulled ahead of Litecoin. Still about a little over a third. Still none of the bigger three values or 5,000 Doge. Yeah. $31. Litecoin. $32. $0.01. $33. $0.01. Yep, 13. 34. Let me get to focus. Litecoin. No, I'm not going to send them all in one box because I like to collect the custom ballet cards, and Cardsmith periodically updates and changes the cards. So I'm going to save them to submit, in smaller batches as new ballet cards are released. I've never known them to combine them. $35, I think. $0.001. The ballet cards, the ballet. When you turn these in, they send you your crypto reward on a ballet wallet. Yeah, that'd be nice. $36. $0.01. That's the shadow from the webcam. The light's behind it. $37, I think. $0.01. $38. $0.01. Yeah, we'll see. There's not many left. Haven't hit any of the big amounts. I have scratched off some 0.1s and a whole Ethereum before, like from Series 2. Haven't found any in here yet, though. Litecoin. $40. Litecoin. No big ones yet. All right, we're at 40. Yep, 15 of those after 40. So we're only one way. So they may have put 0.1s and one Litecoin inserted in about the same proportions. We're still hanging in the 35 to 40% range on those. We didn't have any of the other types like Ethereum in those 10. We've done 40 out of 51. We got 11 left. I got 11 left. $41. 001. $42. 0.01. Yeah. Litecoin. $43. Recap before the last 5. Okay. Another Litecoin. $45. 001. This is just a matte, and that dark spot is the reflection of the webcam. Or the shadow of the webcam, not the reflection. $46. Litecoin. I think the first half was a lot better than the last half of this. $5 to go. That's where we're at. Litecoin and 0.01s are in about equal proportions. $47. $0.01. $48. $0.01. No, I didn't pull all of them. Some of them I bought individually on eBay or bid on the redemption spot in breaks. $49. $0.01. $50. Well, you called it so far, right? And it's 20, number 20 of these. Last one. That's not going to be the best. 001. No magic there. Well, that's how it ended up, folks. I did end up with more. Only 17 Litecoin compared to that. But no 5,000 Doge, and I've had some before, even from Series 1. I did scratch off some Series 1 before this early on. And none of the top 3 values. Man. Supposedly there are still 3 full Bitcoins out there in Series 1, so it really makes me wonder how many of those master cases are still in stockpiles held by a few people. Because I guess they're out there somewhere still. But almost a quarter of a Bitcoin in total. Yeah, so about 40%. Seemed like it was 50% before this, but now I think we got a good sample. Yep, I guess so. They're still out there, especially when we start hitting new all-time highs again. Those master cases might be going up. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I know some collectors, a few collectors that are holding unscratched redemptions from every series, and they're planning to hold them indefinitely. So, they could be in there too. It drives me nuts. But anyway, thanks for everybody watching. It was fun, at least. I had a lot of fun, even if I didn't hit the big amounts. But it'll be fun to turn these in and collect all the wallets. So I'll see y'all later. Thanks. Bye.